I'll just read you a quick definition of a differential equation. Differential equations differ from ordinary math equations because they not only contain variables and constants, but also derivatives of one or more variables. So as you can see, there's some like generic forms of them down here, and these were originally described by Isaac Newton. And there's many different orders of differential equations. First order just meaning that you don't see any second derivatives here, it's all first derivatives. And Newton put them in 3 classes. And the first 2 classes he said were just ordinary. That one, it's differential equals a function of one variable. Then here differential equals a function of 2 variables. And then the third one is not an ordinary one, it's a partial one. And as you can see here, there's x, y, and u, and x and y both have differentials that relate to u, but not to each other. So Newton, like I just said, classified those first ones in 1671, but Leibniz was actually the first to introduce the term differential equation, and he said that it showed the relationships between the derivatives of x and y themselves. And then Jacob and Johann Bernoulli, they worked a lot with Leibniz, and off of his work, they did a lot more work in differential equations. And honestly, kind of like their fuel for doing it was Newton and Leibniz were in a conflict about who discovered calculus first, and they both kind of thought the other one was plagiarizing off them. And these guys are both on Leibniz's side, so they'd do whatever they could to try to disprove Newton, which is why they did so much work in differential equations. And then it was continued by a lot of other people in the 18th century. The 18th century was a big time for developing differential equations. Daniel Bernoulli, who was related to the Bernoulli brothers, Leonhard Euler, Clairaut, and Lagrange were all really big with these, and Lagrange actually found the integrating factor for a general linear equation, which I don't know if you guys have taken differential equations, but that's like a huge part of solving all kinds of differential equations. And then we'll come back to this if we have time, because this will take a little while, but we have an activity to do. And then those are our sources and our photo sources.